Showtime.
Hey, jump on.
Yes. It is a Saturday morning.
Indeed.
Beautiful.
Early morning.
Indeed.
Doesn't matter.
Does.
This is the debut of, we'll say the name later, but this is going to be a different type of discussion, different type of podcast. I don't even know if this is going to be a podcast because this is just something we do on a regular basis.
For sure.
Facts.
So today's topic, people, single mothers versus men with no babies. Single mothers versus men with no babies. Who like to go first?
Y'all gonna have to go first on this one. I gotta defend us single mothers. Not that.
I'll ask you, what's your perspective on single mothers versus men with no kids?
Speaking from a male that has no children, here's my perspective. When I meet a female that have a child, I don't have no children because I want to make sure my child have both parents. That's my philosophy. I'm not putting it on no one else, but that's how I feel.
I agree with that. Right.
So
Okay.
now when I'm meeting you and I see the fact that you have a child, my perspective is I want to know how you raising your child.
All right.
Because I have my views on how I want to raise my child. And if I see how you raising your child, we don't coexist in our views, what's going to happen? Going to spark an argument, debate.
Fighting.
Exactly. So I'm trying to
Who's
avoid
the better
that.
parent? Yeah.
So if I'm sitting up here saying, my job to come in your life, correct, is to better your situation.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
sometimes, vice versa.
If I'm arguing with you on how to raise your child, how is that helping the situation?
I see.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
Should I say more? Because it seems like y'all flabbergasted. Y'all caught up? Cat got your tongue?
Hold on. It's early morning, like we said.
Oh, no. Y'all had a bunch to say before this mic.
I know.
Don't get nervous now.
No, we're not
Don't
nervous
get nervous.
now. Not nervous now. Just saying. I'm just listening to what you're saying. But, it's...
Here, let me give you another perspective. Okay, so here's the thing. Right? You could meet a lady, lovely lady. She got a child. Depending on the age, too, makes a difference. Because if the child's older, there's not too much guidance that probably will be needed in that situation. But when you have a young child, and then you have the father of that child as well, that's three different perspectives, three different views that you're battling.
Yeah.
So how do one come into agreement with that?
How do they come into agreement? Well, they have to sit and talk about it and decide how they want to raise this child. But is it that person's responsibility of raising that child is the question, right?
And will that be easy?
And will that be easy? No. Well, I would say it can't be that easy.
Okay, so you being a mother.
Yes.
Because we're going to get deeper. It's going to get... It sounds fun right now, but it's going to get deep. Say CJ come into your life, right?
Yeah.
You have a young male. He's what, 7?
4.
Okay, see? So now, what would be your expectations of CJ interacting with your child? What would be yours?
What would be mine? Well, it would take him a minute before he meets my child. So
We know that. That's a given. Yeah, we know.
So I would have to see. Hold on. Well, when it gets to that point, I got to see how he is around my child because people get jealous of people's children. So you have to sit there and really, really look at the person and look at what you're inviting your child into. That's how I look at it when I bring dudes around my child.
Okay.
Well, that's one aspect. Now I'm going to get to the nitty gritty. I don't want to date a woman with kids. It's my reason.
You say kids, I mean plural.
I know.
Plural.
Well,
So there's two different kinds of single mothers. There's one single mothers that have one child and just does their thing and she can support herself and her child. She don't need no dude. Right. You're coming in, to bless her, but she can do it all by herself. And then you're dealing with other mothers that got multiple children. And you're dealing with multiple fathers. Or you're dealing with psycho dads or nice dads. It all depends on how that dad is treating her. Depends on how your relationship with her ends.
I get it, but here's my real argument single mothers. Not all. So let's get it clear.
Yes, there's two sides. Yes. Might be a third. I don't know.
Before me and CJ started actually hanging out with each other, I said to him, yo, CJ, women gonna think you're gay. He said, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo. And the reason why I said that is because women thought I was gay because I didn't have a child. So I'm sitting up there like, did you see me getting a gay cub? I have nothing against gay people, none of that, but did you see me with a gay cub? Was there a news article saying, did you see me with a man or something? Like, why would you just insinuate that I'm gay because I don't have children? So when I told him that, he's like, man.
I believe him. It literally went in one ear and out the other. I was like, all right, Dante, he's just talking. Cool. Now, I say like a week and a half, 2 weeks from there, I had a little sit down, little lunch date, and she asked if I had kids. I was like, no, I'm not a father, anything like that. She said, oh, you gay? Are you gay? I was like,
that's a bold question to ask him, Daddy.
Back in my mind, I was like, damn, this is shit Dante talking.
Well, did she say it in a flirtatious way? Like, oh, damn, what are you, gay? Or did she say, like, straight raw, like, you gay?
This woman was more taken back by it. She was, it was like breaking the
shock. Yeah, because
right?
a dude with no kids is like a blessing to some of us. Right. Because sometimes the reason they don't want to take that responsibility, but if they find someone where they can feel like they can put input into that person's life, they'll stick around. You know what I mean? It all depends. But yeah.
You're correct. It does depend on the person. Yeah. But we're addressing the women that thought I was gay and the women that thought he was gay, and we didn't deal with the same women. And we had two different ages. Me and him is 14 years apart.
Oh, yeah.
So for me to be able to say that to him.
Then it's a cultural thing. It's women's perspective that they think that dudes with no kids are gay because look at what we're living in now.
But again.
we're living in the times of uncertainty. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what people are going through in their brains. You know what I'm saying? That could be a whole nother situation.
Touche. But here's my point. I want CJ to address, because we talk about this on a daily basis. Now we putting it in the mic. We have conversations about the standards that women that had a child or children hold against us. Now, here's my argument before I let CJ speak on it. We didn't put no lady through that situation. We don't have no children.
I didn't make you a mother.
Right. I didn't make you a single mother. I didn't put you into the mindset of that. There's not a woman out there that can sit up there and say, I fathered his child. So, according to what you just said, the mindset, you're correct. But here's the thing, though. Should it be generalized or should it be personalized?
It should be personalized.
So why is it generalized? Because again, I'm not, listen, you're a great mom. And I see how, and I'm not just speaking because you're my friend, I see your interaction. That's one of the reasons why we all in the room together, because we all got great relationships. Just like when I explained to CJ, yo, we gonna bring Sandy on, and what did you say? She's everything.
You said she was. She's everything you said she was.
Thanks.
Yeah, no doubt,
so,
no doubt.
So we're gonna be speaking on the generalization of women perspectives as well as males. But again, how is it right for a woman to think we're gay?
Right.
Or even say that? Like, why didn't they just, instead of just saying the acts, like, well, is there a reason why you don't have children right now? See, what's so hard about that?
Because some people, the thing is, we live in a culture where you have to have kids in order to be somebody. You have to, like, it's just, if you don't have kids, they're saying that you're not living life. You're not living life to its full potential, because that's what we're here for. We're here to reproduce. And if you're not reproducing, they're thinking that there's something else wrong with you, that you don't want to reproduce. Well, I didn't want to go into that. I didn't want to jump into that pool. I didn't want to jump into that pool and splash, but I know it's coming.
Listen, hold up. No. I love that perspective. You heard, he said, I heard that before.
Yeah.
I heard that from family.
Okay.
I heard that from family. Yeah.
Before, because we speak on the standards that you feel that we are held. Everybody's gonna remember that part about the reproduce. I'm not disagreeing with that. I know that, but I'm just not gonna reproduce with just anybody. Right. That's my point.
Yeah, and that's where it here in the United States, in the West, or whatever they call us over here, it's different than in another country. Another country, that's okay. That because they're building over there. Here, they're not building. They don't care. They're just multiplying.
But here, okay. Again, as a male, my age, I'm building my empire.
Yes.
I built my empire to want to share it with someone.
Yes. So people out here don't know how to build that. They was never taught to do it that way. They were taught to do it the way they're doing it now.
He introduced me the way. He issued me a challenge. He said, before you start dating, save this amount of money and then get back to me. I reached that. I texted him. I was like, you know what, man? I do feel different. I appreciate you for this. I want more. And since then, I haven't came to you, said I've been on any dates, haven't been doing such and such, haven't been, getting in any messes. So, that's part of me. That's him introducing me into building.
Building. Yeah, it's all about building. People don't understand that.
Indeed.
We weren't taught that, in schools or anything like that. Or family. Our families didn't know that. We're teaching some family now, like older people than us, about their credit and stuff like that. This world's just all crazy. We're all gonna get nuked anyway. So who cares?
Well, before we talk about getting nuked, so let's
gotta learn to survive.
Let's go on
survive today. So tomorrow.
So how do we? Okay, so again, you say building.
Building.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yes.
How do one build? Because again, see, now if I'm an example to someone,
yes,
I did it a certain way. He did it a certain way.
Yes. These
are our results.
Yes.
What gives that person a right to argue with the results that I'm showcasing? Like I'm showcasing as a young male who is establishing in multiple avenues. And I'm saving myself for the person that I could make a queen one day.
Yeah, the right opponent.
Because you can't make everybody a queen. There's only one queen that could be in that position.
The worthy opponent.
Worthy opponent. Later on, good segue.
I got you.
If I'm that example, why is someone arguing with me about the results that I have in my life?
Because females have emotions.
Of course, yeah. Go ahead.
Females have emotions. And the thing is if they're thinking that, if they come up to you and they're talking to you and they're vibing with you and then they realize you have no kids, they're thinking, what's your purpose? Because like I go back to what I was saying before. Sorry. But let's see, let's get back. It's just a lot. Like if I wouldn't say that to a dude. If I'm gonna do it with no kids, I'm like, oh wow. I'll ask why. Some people don't ask why, and that's the issue too.
No, I think
I'll ask why. Why don't you got kids? See, I want to get down to the point.
See, I was asking, what are you, gay? That's the question I was asked, and like I said, it took me back. I was like, wow, this is how far we became, huh?
Yeah, you gotta ask.
True. See, I'm trying to be political, but also broad with what's going on. Me and him had a conversation with a young lady who had children. I don't want to put the situation out there because she might be listening. And while we was on the phone, it was comments made that, one of the comments was, oh, y'all think y'all should be put on a pedestal because you don't got no kids? I'm like, did we say that? No, it's going off the fact that you said women are emotional.
Yeah.
That was the first thing she said. The second thing she said to us is, y'all must have a problem with your mother's bad relationships.
We need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mama boys.
You know I'm far from a mama boy, so let's my mother would tell you what?
I'm pretty tight. I'm pretty got a tight relationship with my mother.
It doesn't mean because that was said to us, and I put that. I had to catch myself. I had to hold her accountable for what she was saying because I'm sitting up there. Hold up. What make you think we got something wrong with our moms because we feel the way we feel? Maybe we could have learned from our moms what not to do so that we don't, what's the word? Continue traditions that we don't want to continue, and that's single parents, broken homes.
Yep.
Carry on the cycle. Yeah.
So I'm like,
it's all a cycle, and we have to learn to break it. And then because you know a little bit better because you're a little bit more educated than most. You know to build your empire first, and then there's people now learning to build an empire at later age. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build my empire now.
And
I'll meet you at the top, son.
I appreciate him for holding the door for me because I met this. When did I meet you? 2016.
Yeah, around that. Yeah.
You know, he gave me his number. You know what I'm saying? And, from there, I was like, yo, this dude, he's different. He's different. And took his number down. Never called him. That's on me. My bad. You know, we met up again at work, and we just started having conversations from there. Just everything just took off from there, and that's when he issued me the challenge, and you know, holding the door for me to say, you know, work on myself, you know, be completely grounded, stay balanced, and everything. And it's still a process, still taking out notes as we speak. I'm not even up front and everything. And like I said, I'm learning. I'm still learning. We all have room to grow. We all have room to learn and everything. So, no doubt.
Yes, we do.
No doubt.
So, CJ, you were speaking about standards earlier.
All right.
You said that sometimes the females that have children try to hold you to a standard that you feel they didn't hold the person that they had their child with.
A much higher standard, correct.
Speak on that.
I was speaking on from personal experience. Relationship I had when I was about 22, 23. And I met her child on the first day. I'm gonna ask you guys that. What's your take on meeting someone's child on the first day?
I'm not a parent, but on the outside looking in,
Yeah, that's me outside looking in, right?
I don't think no one should meet someone's child on a first date.
Right.
I think you should get to know, because first and foremost, even though I know you're a good dude, I know she's a good lady, you don't know a person.
Right.
And I think you should actually get to know the ideology of an individual before you bring them around your livelihood.
Exactly.
Because you never know what could happen in that situation.
Exactly.
So I'm not saying, because I know myself. I know I'm a protector of children. I will hurt somebody, even if it's not my child. There's a chance I could hurt you messing with children or even women.
Yeah.
But I just believe that
baby.
I give you
That's my baby.
I give you what happened one time. I met this young lady at the gym. When I seen her working out, I asked her out. We went out on a date, ate, movie, whatever. She took me back to her house and I met her kids. I never called her again. Okay. And so the next time when I did end up getting in touch with her, she was just like, why you haven't called me? And I said, because you wasn't interested in me. She's like, how you know? Because you introduced me to your kids. I say, there's no woman that would introduce a man to their kids unless she see him as a friend. Because if you see me more than a friend, you would never introduce. And she was like, wow, you do know women. Because I'm like, I didn't know you, you didn't know me. And when you introduced me to your kids, you was basically saying you don't see me beyond the friend. Because if you're really interested in a person, unless you, I don't want to sit up there and say somebody's a bad parent. I would never say that. Somebody might say that's bad parenting, bringing people you don't know around your children. But I don't, like you said earlier, we don't understand the situation, the circumstance, or why somebody might be like, you know what, I feel comfortable with you to do that. So we could say it's on the individual, but in my opinion, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even want to meet your child on a first. I don't want to meet your child unless I know me and you gonna be involved with each other, because I don't want your child to get close to me. And then if things don't work out,
that's always an issue. Yep.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened in my experience. I didn't even think of it that way. I wish I would have. Like I said, I wish I would have took your number down. I wish I would have called you. But
you would have saved the headache. Oh my goodness!
More than headache, it's a tumor. But anyway, I was over here making excuses. I'm like, maybe she never babysitted. Maybe this,
Babysitters are hard though. Babysitters are hard, and right now with COVID, trust me, I know.
But hold up, he's talking about a past tense. You talking about a now tense. Yeah. But again, but hold on though. See, you're speaking from single mom. He's speaking from a man with no kids, and he's trying to understand the situation.
That's what I'm telling him. I'm like, babysitters is hard because, especially if you have that mind frame of who you want to leave your child with. Like my son only stays with 3 people, really.
Okay.
3 people, and if those 3 people are not available, then I am not available. You know, because right now the world is dangerous. It's always been dangerous, but now we see it through social media. We see actually the dangers that's going on in the world. Back then it was hidden. So hell no. See what's going on at a sleepover? These 2 12-year-olds just messed up this other 12-year-old. Like,
what they do?
They shaved her head. They burned her with cigarettes. They tied it up for 3 days. 12-year-olds in Indiana. I just read it on my Facebook this morning. That's what they're doing now.
Wow.
I'm trying to see what nationality they were.
I was about to ask that question. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to leave that alone for the topic.
I don't know. I just know it's from Indiana. And they were 12-year-old sleep. It was a 12-year-old sleepovers. And they were in the article it said that, I know we're revving off, but either way, in the article it said that if they were adults, they would have got charged with multiple felony charges.
Man.
If they were adults. They're kids. They're 12-year-olds. They don't even know how to charge them right now.
Now you know what's crazy about that? That might be a discussion for later on. We might have to keep that on.
Okay.
Because you know why? Yeah. It's like, if you got 12-year-olds with the mindset of doing this,
killer kids,
and nothing is held accountable, what's going to stop 12-year-olds from escalating and becoming even
worse? Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. We can definitely talk about that.
So, again, the discussion today is, and right now this is the first episode, so we trying to get to know each other beyond this, because CJ's coming out of his shell, because normally he could be more lit than what he is right now, but it's all good. It's
so it's all right. I'm getting warmed up.
He's getting warmed up. He hasn't been on air before. It's all good. It's all good.
It's single mothers versus males without kids. And hold up, we keep saying single mothers. It could also be single fathers versus women without kids. But because we don't have a female present in studio to speak on this, we speaking from the perspective of a male. But I also know there's some women that feel a certain way as well. I'll give you another story. And this person gonna know who they are when they say this. I don't care.
Like, I don't care.
I care, but I don't. Here's another thing.
Yeah.
There was a situation where there was a young lady interested in me, and she had multiple fathers, multiple kids. And she said, "You're missing out on a good thing, not dating women with kids." I said, "I am, huh?" So what happened was, one time, one of her baby fathers stole my number on her phone. And he called me. I'm sitting up there like, "What are you calling me for? Like, what I gotta do with this situation?" I was like, "If you know, she'll tell you I don't like women with kids, so what's going on here? What are we talking about?" So now it's funny because, as Sandy know, I have a therapeutic background. So I'm sitting up there counseling dude on the phone. He's crying like, "I know, man." I'm sitting up there like, "Yo, hold up. So I'm missing out on a good thing with this? Like, hold up. So let me get this straight. You come in my life, there ain't nobody you have to worry about but me.
Right.
I come in your life, I gotta worry about him, them."
Yeah.
Sound like a song. Me and them. What you gonna do, baby? I don't wanna let you go. Oh no.
Oh, God.
It's crazy. So what's your take on, being held to higher standards from old buddy? I say old buddy. Like, for example, like what's your take on that? Like, being held to a higher standard, picking up the slack, and the whole compare and contrasting. It can be mentally fatiguing.
Yes and no.
All right.
But I'm gonna say yes because you can't have both ways. So I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Here's the thing. If I'm meeting you and you had your situation, I had nothing to do with that situation. You're not gonna hold me to a standard that you didn't hold someone else to. Right. I don't care what is the excuse, what's the justification, because again, the results is I don't have a child. And I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm a saint and I'm a virgin or whatever, and I haven't dealt with multiple women or something, but I didn't put nobody in that situation where you could hold me accountable for what somebody did in your situation. So when I'm getting to know you, you gotta know who I am and what I bring to the table. And I shouldn't be compared to this person, because I always say, what you did at the age of 20 is gonna be different at the age of 30. Just like when you turn 40, it's going to be different, because you're going to have a different mindset, different experiences, different fun.
I'm learning now, being 40. Oh my God.
See, everything is going to be different. You shouldn't put your age out there, but that's all right.
I don't care. I look good for 40, so I'm good.
Listen, nobody's questioning that. But that's my perspective, because I'm like, listen, when we was 20 years old, we was trying to find ourselves. Yeah. Most of us had good jobs. Most of us didn't. Mm-hmm. You might have got caught up. You had a child, but listen, you might have been in love. Like, oh, you know what? I really love this person, or this person really loved me, and it didn't turn out the way you thought. Or hope, because that's basically what it is.
Yeah,
it was a hope. Let's put it in perspective.
Yeah.
Or loving the potential of
potential.
It. Fall in love with the potential of
which is still a hope. So now it didn't work out. Now my question is, did you learn from the experience? So now, when you come into a new experience. So now you're meeting me. Whoa, my bad, people. I thought it was on. I had to turn it on because I was making sure you was safe outside. But now that damn, my thing, stupid phone.
You left off at hope. You left off at hope. So did you get caught up and this and that and the hope, you know?
No, so when you're meeting me, you're meeting me. And I'm not like the person that you was dealing with prior, is my point. Mm-hmm. Just like when I'm meeting you, I can't, and one of the things I don't do, and I tell women all the time, I can't compare you to the women I met. Because number one, if I do compare you, I have to compare y'all all at the same age. Where were y'all all at the same age? So if I meet somebody that's in their 40s, and I'm talking to somebody that's in their 30s, I can't talk about a person that I met the 20s unless I take y'all all at the same age when you was in your 20s. What was y'all doing all at your age of 20? Because that's the results I'm seeing right now as it grows up. As you grow up and become who you are. Because like, how many people believe, and I always ask my friends, how many of y'all believe I would become the man I am today? They say none of us believe you was gonna be the man you are. But I knew I had the potential, the hope to become this person as long as I did what I needed to do. Now, I did that. Why? Write books, music, entertainer. We're now a podcaster, 2-time podcaster.
There you go.
Why? I'm living out my desires, my dreams.
Like a 4 podcaster.
My hope. Hey, beautiful thing. See, get your hands on everything.
Yeah.
But to sit up there and now, because you dealt with somebody that you didn't live up to your expectations.
Yeah.
And now you trying to belittle me or bring me down a notch because you're sitting up there saying, well, all men are the same. No, not all men are the same. Like, even though me and him don't have children, we're not the same person. We may have the same characteristics, the same commonalities, like the things that we might want to achieve in life. But
interest.
We're different.
Some sort of same interest, some sort.
Right.
Yep.
So again, even if a woman dealt with both of us, she's dealing with you at your age, dealing with me at my age, she's going to see the difference in experience. She's going to see the difference in personality. She's going to see the difference in stability. And she's going to try to say, well, he got more. No, you can't say he got more.
Right.
It's the point of he's who he is where he is.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm where I am. Yeah. Just like if I meet a lady, you are where you are meeting you. Mm-hmm. She is where she is meeting her. Right. So why am I going to sit up there and say, well, you know what? You're less than her because you don't have what she has. I had to catch myself one time. I was dealing with when I was engaged one time. And I said to my fiance, and I had to apologize right when I said it. I said, if I was with this person, my life would have been better. And I caught myself as soon as I said it. I was like, that's not a true statement because who knows what that other person would have put me through. Who knows if that person would have been supportive to get me in the position that I'm in today. And that's my point about saying that when you're meeting somebody and they have their standards, they sitting up there saying to you, well, I'm going to hold you to this standards because some man that I never met or nor going to see, I never met him or seen him. You're holding me to a standards. And hold up, you're not with him. So how good was he if you're not with him? Oh, things happen. Okay, then what that got to do with me?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't look at it that way when I was younger. I didn't look, because I felt for the whole, let me clean it up. Oh, ish happens, ish happens. And I fell for that, the 22, 23, I really legit fell for that.
22, 23, yeah.
Yeah, I fell for that. So I was like, man, I was really in.
You was young then, but you didn't know you was still, see, you caught yourself at a young age.
Sure.
So, because at least you didn't learn it being older and wasting multiple years.
Right. And I was really like, I had my stubborn ways. I had to fall flat on my face for me to get up and wipe the dirt off, whatever. Just realize, all right, cool. This is it. This is a sign. People will help me. People, put their hands like, you sure you want to do this? See, you sure you want, you gonna allow her to talk to you that way? You sure you want
it's
to
toxic?
such and such?
That's where that toxic.
Yeah, exactly.
Toxicity.
Exactly. And I just wasn't sure. And,
Toxicity
I was
comes into play.
I was blindsided. I got Drew Brees. I was blindsided. So yeah, I was just really just getting hit.
Big booty and a smile. Don't let that fool you. No,
right.
It's not. It's you know what? That's what me and CJ talk about. He'll come to me with different scenarios, and he'll be like, "I never looked at it. I never looked at it the way you're saying it." Mm-hmm. I said, when you first meet somebody, that's the first thing you do look at is their beauty. Mm-hmm. Depending on the situation, you see what they driving, you see how they living. I always say it's the intentions. What's the intentions of why you want to get with this person?
Good question.
You have to look at that. It's the intentions. Now I'm seeing, because now you can look at a person like, yo, dad, she got a nice body. He got a nice body or whatever. Okay, so now when you get them the way you want to get them, what's next?
Well, mind, body, and soul. So let's see.
No, that's what. No, listen to what I just said.
So let's work on the mind next.
Once you laid with them and did what you did with them, what's next? See,
what's next is the element of seeing what's gonna happen. Like if you both came from separate places, are you gonna stay separate or are you guys gonna get together?
Hold up, though.
But I would get together and rent out the second. It's
you're jumping the gun.
Yeah. I always do.
You're laid with each other. Yeah. The element of surprise is now gone. Because remember, what did I just say?
It's a chase.
The intentions. See, the intentions was, you know how I hear people say this, and this ain't my philosophy, this is someone else, where they say, well, you got to test drive before you
get the vehicle, buy the vehicle, something
right.
Vehicle, yeah,
so,
okay.
But they compare that to people.
Yeah.
They compare that to people.
Yeah, I would definitely, I'm definitely for
hold on. But listen.
I need a test drive. Hell yeah.
But that's
could
my
be a
point.
Waste.
So
us ladies, we know.
We go to the gym. We see beautiful women all the time.
All the time.
And we see
beautiful creatures.
What do we know about their minds? Nothing.
Nothing.
All we know is their minds are sweaty right now. That's it.
Yeah.
But what we looking at? So when we go and talk to them, are we going to talk to them because you know what? Russell Crowe, you got a beautiful mind. No, we going to talk to you because you got a beautiful behind. So let's put it in a proper perspective.
Yes.
So now, that was your intentions because the beauty caught you. Mm-hmm. So now as you get to know them, what was still the intentions?
That's
the intentions.
The beauty.
That's
the beauty of the situation. Yeah.
So now as you get to know them and everything, you're just like, yo, so if your intentions is like, I just want to know what this going to feel like, what it's going to be like, or whatever. Because if your intentions is, this ain't somebody I see I want to marry, once you fulfill the element of surprise, what's next?
You just got to keep surprising me. That's it.
No. Listen, I just said.
Yes.
All right, I meet you.
Yeah.
I'm like, curly hair. What I'll do to them curls. Ooh. See, right? Now I get to know you. I'll take you out to eat.
Ooh,
all of that.
Seafood. Let's go.
I'm doing that on a consistent basis. My intentions is to get the reward. Mm-hmm. So once I get the reward, you might be sitting up there saying, I really like this guy. I might be looking at you like, maybe once or twice again and I'm good.
Yeah.
That's what happens. That's how single mothers. That's how people become single mothers. That's how people become. Because see, the element of surprise. That's what it was. How many times I tell y'all women, it was fun till it became real. It always seemed like a man leave y'all after y'all get pregnant. Y'all haven't noticed that?
No. Well, yeah. I've known a couple people. Yes. But it all depends on what's going on at the same time. Of where you were when that pregnancy happened in your relationship.
Again.
That is a moment of surprise for a lot of people.
You talk about you, but I'm talking about a majority. I'm talking about
you're right.
My experience. See, when we speak in this microphone and when people listening, everybody's going to have their experience.
Yeah.
So my experience ain't going to be the same as his, not the same as yours. So in the experience of the women I dealt with children, the same story I heard consistent without them even realizing they was telling me, because you know, I'm an analyzer. I'm analyzing everything.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm saying it's very. So I'm sitting there like, how come the theme of the story, and I'm talking about all ages, 25 to 40 something. I'm like, I noticed the story was, it was fun till it got real. That's when the guy left.
It was fun till it got real. That's a meme. I gotta write that down.
It's all good just a week ago.
That's what. So again, when I'm sitting up there saying, so I'm like, so when I'm sitting there, the answer to the question you said, when I meet someone, I'm like, listen, what can I bring to your world? Just like, what could you bring to my world?
Right.
And I'm not going to explain my world and how I see women, what I expect from them. Just like, because that's the problem with the communication between men and women. It's the expectations.
It's the way they communicate.
Because it's, you know why? Because again, if I'm expecting you to be something for me, and you're not that, why am I holding on to you?
Yeah, immediately turned off. Right, exactly. Gotcha.
And again, it goes with the intentions. What's your intentions of dealing with me? See, your intentions may be, you know what? I just want to have fun. See, if you make that clear, then guess what?
That's the thing. People don't make things clear. They make things confusing. And the thing is, well, like for me, I don't know what I want. So like I'm in the dating scene right now, but I don't know what I want, because you know what? Because what I usually want is not good for me. So right now I'm trying to experience other things, people that I haven't dealt with ever, and it's different.
I'll give you that. You're honest. I'll give you.
You know, it's just different.
Dude, that's why I told you I could rock with her. She's not going to get all erratic and emotional. And one of the things I love about her, she owns her decisions, not mistakes, her decisions. I made this decision, I have to live with it. I'm not going to blame somebody else for a decision I made.
Facts.
That's why, see, that's why, if you notice, everyone that's in this room, we have that same personality, that we hold ourselves accountable. We don't sit up there and wait for somebody to say, well, you did this. No. If I'm wrong, and I'll accept that wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I always do that.
But again, you can't disregard intentions. If a person have intentions of just getting in your pants, once they fulfilled that obligation, everything else is
done. Yeah.
The end. So that's why I'm sitting up there saying, it's like, see, yeah, you could say single mothers versus men without kids and vice versa, but that's not the problem. The problem is, why did you want to get, because again, as a man, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I didn't have intentions of, I just wanted to lay with a person. But again, in that, we still had some form of relationship. We still was some form of friend. There's times I asked people that, you want to go beyond this? They said, no, I wanted to stay where it is. We kept it where it is. And guess what? We still have our friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Because that was communicated.
Exactly.
Yep.
Expectations.
Because not everyone's built for everyone. Yeah.
So now,
you get to know them.
So now, if you sit up there, because if people was really being real with themselves and honest with themselves or why they want to do something, because I'm the type of person, I could tell you, I can. But this is not my mindset. I could just say, I just want to sleep with you. That's all I want to do, actually. There's nothing more I want with you. But again, you have to get to know a person and really know what they're about and really hang with them. Because the reason I'm saying this is because sometimes a person may not be what you need them to be at the time. But if you walk with them and help them grow and mature with them, they may become that person. That's why it's like, there's women that I dealt with when I wasn't in the position I'm in right now that actually walked with me and put me in this position to be the person that I am today. And I appreciate them for that. So even though I'm not with them no more, somebody else is going to benefit from them women walking with me, believing in me, helping me develop what I needed to develop as a man. And somebody was like, how did these women help? You got to understand something.
Everybody comes with a gift.
You form your identity with relationships. People you hang with, women you deal with, you're going to form your... Because here's the thing. I've never been in love. But when you laying with somebody, a form of love come out of you. a form of emotions come out of you. You're going to find out who you really are.
Yeah.
When you dealing with somebody. And if you overexert it, guess what they're going to say? Yo, you're too much.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen when they leave out of your life? You're going to think about it like, where was I too much?
Yeah. Give me second guessing for a while, for a good while. Yeah.
So that's what I'm sitting up there saying. It's like, what can I learn? So I think there's nothing much more to speak on. So how do we help the situation? Like, what can we learn? Because this is not just about bashing. Because I keep saying to people, this is critiquing. Right. If we don't have a solution, then what are we really talking about?
Just wasting breath.
Yeah. We're gonna have this. What y'all gonna get from this podcast? We're gonna have fun. We're gonna be laughing. We're gonna be joking. We're gonna be serious. There's so many different things that's gonna come out of this, but we're gonna offer solutions at the end of each podcast. And if there goes into a part 2 at the end of the part 2 or whatever, we're gonna offer a solution and let your voices be heard. Leave your comments. We definitely gonna read them. We definitely gonna interact with them on Facebook, YouTube. We're gonna be sending the links. And so, what's your solution as a single mom? What do you think is needed for us as a society or a community
to accept men
to move on?
To accept men with no children. Well, I don't know. That's just a cultural thing. I think it's already embedded too deep, and you're not gonna be able to change it.
Everything could change.
I don't know.
Seasons change, bad things rearrange.
It's a process.
It's going to be a process. We won't see it right now. I don't think it's going to change. I think they're still going to have that mindset because it's there. It's already a cell somewhere in their brain.
That's your final offer?
It's my final offer.
Oh, man. Yeah, you got sorry, waiter. You're going to give me another minute on that one. After,
you have to process what I just said.
Well, yeah.
Because now I just fucked it all out.
Listen, I'm not going to disagree with you, but I'm going to disagree with you. As long as you have breath and you're living, you have the opportunity
to change.
I don't like to use the word change because right now, your outfit right now, you change your outfit by completely taking it off, correct?
Yes.
How do you alter your outfit? This particular outfit, there's multiple ways you can alter it.
Oh, yes. I can put this way. I can put it, I can tie it. I can take this part off. Yep. I can put my heels on.
You could cut boots off. You could cut your jeans and put holes.
See, I can put holes. Yeah, I can do all that.
That's the problem with society.
Yes.
We don't need change. We need adjustments.
Oh, okay.
And until we start making adjustments within each other, we're not going to make adjustments for each other. And let me explain. Number one, we just said we all hold ourselves accountable. That's the first thing people got to do.
Yeah.
Don't go around blaming the next person on why you made the decisions you made. And it's not a mistake. It's a decision you made, and you're now living out the consequences, if you want to look at them as consequences, or you're living out the decisions you made. That's first. Second, learn from those decisions you made. Say, you know what? I don't want to duplicate or this to happen for my next generation to come. So what do I need to learn from this moment so that I can make sure that I could be in a better state and that my child could be in a better state? I met this lady, a Caucasian lady. She was, at the time I met her, she's probably in her 70s. She was 50. And she was telling me she was married to a doctor and everything wasn't going right. She said she divorced this man and never got married again because she wanted to make sure that her son didn't see a problem so that her son, who is now married, can have a great marriage. That's what I mean. She was accountable for her decision, her actions, so that she could make sure her son could live out the results that she didn't live out.
True.
Damn, I'm good. No. But again, you have to be real with your intentions and everything. Like,
Facts.
We all gonna see beautiful people. And if you ain't gonna help that person better themselves, don't mess it up for the next person to achieve that person and be what they need to be with that individual. That's the problem. It's like, oh, I see something good, I want to get with it, but then you're messing it up. So now that person can't be who they need to be for the next individual. And it's not fair for that person nor the next individual, because I'm that next individual. And I'm letting you know it ain't fair.
It ain't fair.
That's why you can't help.
Because us men with no children are coming out.
No, it has nothing to do with, because again, I dealt with women with children.
Yeah.
Again, I want to put your child in a better position than I'm in. Why would I argue with you on doing that? Not you per se, but people. Because I'm not, that's my thing. I'm not going to argue with you on how to better your life. That's why I said I have the results. My results speak for itself. I'm in the position I'm in. I'm trying to share what I have with someone. So let me get this straight. I worked this hard to get where I am to let somebody else destroy it in a matter of seconds, minutes, days, months,
years.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making. So, in my perspective, if you have issues that you didn't resolve, you should resolve your issues instead of trying to find someone to heal you of the issues. Because if this person can't be what you need them to be, guess what's going to happen? You're going to suck them dry and make them either like you or worse.
Hate you.
I resent you.
Resent you.
I didn't want to say the word because I knew y'all would get it, and y'all said it.
Yes.
You help. No, the reason why I look at the time is because there's a certain time I told him to, because again, I thought it would go longer, but it's not. So if you have a closing moment.
You know what? I'll be honest, man. Like, I'm still learning. Like, this was, even though this is my debut and everything, I'm still learning, you know, because I could have a closing moment. I could have a solution, probably part 2, but I'm just taking this all in. I mean, I'm being 100% honest. Still learning. It all starts with self. And like I said, I'm still working on myself. But, I'll probably come back to y'all part 2.
Okay.
Well, I don't think there's gonna be a part 2.
There's gonna be a part 2
because people. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The comment section. You're right.
Well, the comment section, and how many kids is too many kids? Dating for me, for a single mom. Dating right now, the dating world right now. All these dudes that are out here got multiple kids.
Hold up, chill. Pause. Time out. Chris Webber. Yo.
How many kids is too many kids? Come on, ladies. Let's talk about it.
This is the first episode of Don't Get Emotional.
Don't get emotional.
With your host,
CJ.
Sandy.
And Dante. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to the Baller Room and CLB. We all we got.
Yeah.
See you later.
Flygurl.